Imagine a political showdown so extraordinary it brings Westminster to a halt. The leader of a party, once the outsider of British politics, decides he's had enough. He rises, turns his back on the chamber, and walks out. Not in defeat, but in defiance. His name is Nigel Farage, and today his protest has shaken the heart of Parliament. This week, during Prime Minister's questions, one seat sat empty. Instead of taking his usual place in the chamber, the Reform UK leader was seated in the public gallery, high above the Commons floor, watching the debate unfold from a distance. According to Farage, week after week he's attacked by Sir Keir, Starmer, and Labour MPs without being given any right to respond. He says he's treated as a target, not a participant. In his own words, "Every week at PMQs I'm attacked by the Prime Minister and Labour, yet I have no right of reply. I'm just a spectator." So today I've decided to spectate properly. An elected MP sitting among the public because he believes the system has silenced him. It's a powerful image. But what does it really mean? Has Parliament become a place where only a few are allowed to speak? And if a national figure like Farage feels voiceless, what does that say about the rest of us? Halfway through the session, the tension was clear. Sir Keir Starmer accused Farage of staging political theatre. Sir Ed Davey of the Liberal Democrats joined in, saying Farage would rather play to the gallery than sit in the chamber. Home Office Minister Mike Tapp went further, calling him a snowflake, while Labour MP Graham Downey said, "Like any bully, he can dish it out, but he can't take it." Farage didn't flinch. Later, speaking to GB News, he said, "There's no point in being there. I'm on strike, and I'll stay on strike until I get a question." But is this truly a strike or a stunt? Is Farage exposing an unfair system or using outrage to fuel his movement? If you were in his shoes, attacked publicly with no right of reply, would you walk out too, or would you stay and fight within the system? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Your voice is what drives these conversations here on England Now7. Back inside the chamber, Sir Keir was also facing pressure over the government's handling of the National Grooming Gangs inquiry. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch demanded the sacking of Safeguarding Minister Jess Phillips, but Sir Keir refused, saying the focus must remain on victims and survivors. Even as that heated exchange played out, cameras caught Farage in the gallery, silent and still, a lone figure overlooking the chaos below. It was a protest made not through words but through absence. And that raises another question. Has Prime Minister's questions, once a proud symbol of democracy, turned into nothing more than political performance? Is it still about holding leaders accountable, or just scoring points for social media clips and headlines? Since being elected in July 2024, Nigel Farage has been called to speak only 6 times. In that same period, Kemi Badenoch has asked over 200 questions, and Sir Ed Davey around 70. Farage argues that if questions were allocated fairly, based on party support in the polls, he should have been called up more than 100 times by now. So is this really about parliamentary procedure or political punishment? Is Farage challenging the establishment or simply playing the victim? As the debate raged, another controversy emerged. Reports revealed that some Liberal Democrat MPs had allegedly shared their questions with Number 10 in advance, allowing the Prime Minister's team to prepare answers. Conservative MP Alicia Kearns called it extraordinary, saying she had never once submitted a question in advance. It left many wondering, if even the questions are rehearsed, is any of this still real debate? Across the public gallery, Farage sat unmoving. Around him, the noise of Parliament swelled and faded. Whatever you think of him, his silence sent a message louder than any speech. So, what do you think? Is this protest an act of courage or an act of ego? Does Farage have a point about bias inside Parliament? Or is he using grievance to keep himself in the spotlight? And beyond the personalities, do you still believe Westminster speaks for ordinary people? Tell us what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to England Now7 for more stories that challenge power, expose politics, and ask the questions others won't. When the story of this week is written, one image will remain: an empty seat in the Commons and a man in the gallery refusing to be ignored. Whether it's remembered as a stand for democracy or a stunt for attention, one thing is clear. Nigel Farage has once again made Westminster stop and stare. Sources: GB News, BBC News, and Sky News.